What do you reckon, people? Can people get their own thoughts? I hope so. I hope they're all not all going like those children that just copy. You know, when children copy, if you actually look at a child's life to when they leave home, you might actually find a similarity um, with adults, how they grow to an older adult, right, to an old man, and they don't care about certain things, and they only care about these things, and they look after gardens. Right? It's a similar thing, and some people don't even get to there. Not everyone gets to make it. Sometimes the time they get the adult, they only get to the stage where they should have got as a young adult, right? Then an old adult. But anyway, that's all because the things that happen around us and what we choose to do and what we absorb in. So if your life gets easy, you might find when it gets hard that you weren't as great as you thought you were. And other people at the same age as you could be more knowledgeable and stuff like that, and can be more better than you when your certain greatness goes away, which is money for these people, right? They like to use money as a greatness and pick on people who actually know things, but don't have much money, as they give out more love. You know, there's a lot of people who give out a lot of love out there. Is why they're poor, but then they get treated like shit because they're poor from everything that looks at them, because of the shoes they're wearing. You know what I mean? The lefties. We get more and more of these lefties in this world, which is sad. But what do you reckon? Lefties, they'll just whinge straight away quickly on things too, for their perspective. Right? And they're usually wrong in a lot of areas because they're just trying to whinge on their perspective of what they believe they only see. Right? They don't get all the information before they have a proper whinge. Right? Now, you can talk about things before you get information, find out information. But if you think you know, like a lefty talks, like they know, they're debating that they know, well, you better make sure that you've researched all that out. Or you better make sure you're ready for when you thought you knew and then someone shows you the truth. Then you go, yep, no worries. Okay, I didn't know that. Right? But other than that, lefties just whinge. They're good at it. They're good at whinging about everything like a rich person, that it's just not good for them. Like how you hear about them whinging about breaking a nail and having a real big complaint over it, where a normal person breaks a nail every day doing their duties. Right? But a rich person, that can't happen to them. It's a little bit like cult groups. How you see, if you do something to them, they'll act different towards themselves and them than what they believe they should act towards you. And when it comes to the police officers, you should never, ever, ever, ever see them talk about that they'll work harder when one of their police officers die. They should in the background, but you shouldn't have to hear them talk about it, or people believe that if you take a police officer out, you get even more damage. It should be the same everywhere, right? And you shouldn't want to take a police officer out because they'll definitely be onto you, right? As they might put in a little bit more effort, as it's a friend, right? But the effort should always be the same everywhere, right? For everybody. And it's sad that it gets to certain areas where things happen. But like they say, why are army people brave than police officers? Well, when police officers die, they talk about that it's a big, bad, sad thing, all right? And it doesn't often happen. It shouldn't happen because they should be just writing out fines and stuff, right? And when they approach things, they fucking approach it over powerfully enough, and then they'll make their own outcome out of why they needed to talk to you, but then they broke into your house and shot your dog and put this because they didn't know what was going on. They wanted to defend you, and the coppers didn't know what was going on either, but they just be coppers now and go, now we've got this rule, and they cause all this issue, right? Coppers are not brave people. Brave people go in the army, and in the army you expect to die, and when they die you'll all get put at the end of the war till the game's over, right? And you won't get hardly any celebration. You've got to be something really special in the army to get a good special burial, right? Otherwise, they're already in the army because they expect to not even get buried, not even get talked about. And that's brave. That's for the people. The police officers, they're just another dude with a job like the dude on the farmer, right? Then they listen to the people that you elect. They work for that. The people you elect meant to work for you, but if they don't, in the end, the police work for them. And if they don't work for you, then you'll see where it all lies, right? Because the police work for the people that you elect, right? So there's your problem. So usually if you have a problem, the police have a problem, it'll usually be coming from the top, the people that they elect and the circles they put them in, and then the outcomes you get over the times of circles. Uh-huh. But anyway, enough of all that. This is like basic 101, where you'd want to solve problems in such areas. In a righteous world, they would solve that quite quickly. But in an unrighteous world, you will find that they all the trickery and stuff, that things take a long time. So what is speaking truth of your words? Not truth of the truth perspective, but what is truth of someone's words? Perhaps the experiences they've gone through. Right? And then if you want to fix the truth of their words, all they have to do is go through different experiences. And if you want to do that in a mass scale, well, that's something the government's meant to do, isn't it? But if everyone's starting to hate things and things are getting worse, that's because Big Daddy, the government, is failing us big time. Isn't that sad? Anyway, have a good one, and see you later.